Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are y'all doing today? This is the first time in a while that I'm sitting down to film. I filmed a couple of videos last week, but my energy just wasn't right. I kept a couple of them because I didn't feel like refilming them, but overall I've just been in a weird place and I had no intentions of going on hiatus, but oh Lord. Z, she is a bit of a rough rider, but Ellie is so dramatic. She's very dramatic. She's such a scaredy cat. My house is such a zoo. It's crazy little animals. But as I was saying, I had no intentions of going on hiatus. It's just kind of what happened. So I wanted to just sit down. I have my coffee. I have a fresh hot Krispy Kreme donut in front of me. I am getting ready to film a couple of other videos. I have some things that I need to push out. So I just wanted to sit down and talk to you guys and just do my makeup while I did it, because y'all know I don't do tutorials on here. So I figured that would just be a good way to just sit down and talk to you guys and catch up and all that good stuff. So if you're interested in just talking shit, catching up, hanging out, doing some makeup, then just keep on watching. I don't think this haul is up yet because I did a poll and you guys wanted to see the shampoo video up first, so you can go ahead up in the cards above. That'll be up first. I think I'm gonna post this after that video just because I have a lot of old content that I just didn't feel like editing. I haven't been doing anything, y'all. So I have a bunch of old content that I filmed, and I'm going to be just mixing in posting the old and the new. But I have a Sephora haul coming up, and I got this Fenty Beauty Stunna lip paint in the shade Underdog. Looks like that, and I really want to use that today. So I was thinking about doing a situation with my Pat McGrath Divine Rose palette, because I've really been wanting to use this multi-chrome shade right here. It shifts all sorts of different colors. You see some green, and then it's yellow, and then it's pink. It's pretty. So I figured I would use this palette today because I really want to use this lip color. So let's just sit and chat and catch up, because I did talk about why I've been kind of absent over on my Instagram, but I know everybody does not have an Instagram, so it's only fair to make the same points here. I'm just using the Tatcha liquid silk canvas. It's gonna look crazy when I put it on, but it's all gonna get covered up. So you guys know I already mentioned that I've been sick. I'm not sick anymore. I just had a hard time shaking it, just because it's hard to recover from being sick when you have to go into work. And it's not like I'm just sitting at a desk. I'm at the door, I'm dealing with people all day. And if I'm not at the door doing that, I'm dealing with the trucks. Just a lot of physical stuff that makes it really hard to recover from being sick. And I feel like it's really easy to say, well, you had to take care of yourself first and blah, blah, blah this. Y'all, I don't get sick days. It's really easy to say that when it's not your job on the line. At the end of the day, even though I have multiple strings of income right now, it's not enough for me to feel like if I lose my job, I lose my job. You know what I mean? I'm not in that place. So it's really easy to tell someone that, but you don't have to live with the ramifications of what happens. And anybody who has a job that gives you strikes for missing work, and I mean, even the people at our job that do have accrued sick time and stuff, they get strikes off too. So anyone who has a job where that's a thing, you know that's stressful. And if you're not contagious, then 9 times out of 10, you're gonna go to work, right? And some people do go to work contagious. I was able to take a couple of days off, but it wasn't enough. I had a sinus infection, and I've been getting sinus infections since I was like little. It's always been a thing. It's never not been a thing for me. And they always present kind of weird. Like, mine never present with typical symptoms. And so a lot of times if I do go to the doctor, because 9 times out of 10, like, y'all know I have a high pain tolerance. So if I'm complaining about it, like, it's bad. Like, it's past the point of being like a 10. Like, at that point, it's probably at like a 12 or a 13 for me, because I have a ridiculously high pain tolerance. And so if I'm complaining about it, then you know it's an issue. Of course, the first time I went to the doctor, they were like, oh, like, it's nothing. It's just a cold. And I'm like, yeah, I'll be back here in a week. And that's exactly what happened. And they were like, oh, we were wrong. It is a sinus infection. And I'm just like, yeah, this all could have been avoided the first time. It's like, it's funny how nobody looks at your chart. Like, nobody looks at your chart. Like, I have been diagnosed with so many sinus infections at this point. Like you could just look at my chart and you would know that I'd always have them. And 9 times out of 10, if they really paid attention to my chart, they would see that I was treated for something else and then came back, and then they finally diagnosed me with sinus infection after being proven wrong. Which is annoying for me because my copays are too damn high to be going back and forth to the doctor, because people just don't want to do what they should do in the first place. Like, listen, I'm a science major. I understand why people just don't go handing out antibiotics and stuff. But look, I'm also someone who also loves to dabble in non-traditional medicine as well. And once all of those options go out and I'm over here in pain and I can't go to work, then we just gotta figure something out. But anyway, usually it takes me nothing to get over a sinus infection. Like, it might take me like 4 or 5 days max, right? But with having to wear the mask all the time, and not just wearing the mask all the time, which I'm not complaining, like, at the end of the day, it's what we have to do. But having a sinus infection and having something over this all day really freaking blows. It sucks ass, y'all. And so it just was a struggle. It was just stressful. It made it really hard to kick it. So once I finally got over it, I still couldn't get my voice completely back. And it didn't help either, because I mentioned this on Instagram too. They have me doing the door a lot. So basically, like, I'm greeting people into the store. If people are coming in and they're not wearing their mask, then that's my responsibility to tackle that, which we'll come back to that, because that's just been stressing me out too. Everybody been at my job. Everybody and their mama. Everybody and their damn mama has been at my job. And they really have, I feel like, been abusing the abilities of some of us who do this, because they've had me and the same like other 2 people at the door doing this every weekend. Y'all, I don't think I've had a weekend off since I went back to work. And even though weekends are never guaranteed in retail, like, the main reason I haven't had those weekends off is because they've been putting me at the door to handle these huge rushes. So, you know, they put me on like morning shifts and afternoon shifts when we have the most people there. And our capacity isn't that high, thankfully. So most of the time I end up standing outside for 4 to 5 hours a day. So combine my seasonal allergies with a sinus infection and a mask and having to talk to people literally nonstop, because If I don't speak to a customer, then I get in trouble. Like, y'all, it's to the point where sometimes I'm sick of hearing my own damn self-talk because, like, I have to talk to people all damn day. And so, like you think it would be bad, like, being at a register or something? No, it's even worse doing that because everyone and their mom is there, and you have people coming in, like, groups of like 5 to 10 people at a time, which I also think is really rude. I'm not really explaining anything I'm doing because this is the same thing y'all have seen me do a few times. I just use my Naked Skin concealer 60WR, and then I'm just going to use my Naked, well, Stay Weightless concealer, and then my Stay Naked concealer, and now my Stay Naked Weightless liquid foundation and 60WR. I do the same process all the time. So all of that was just like a confounded shitstorm. And like, while I appreciate you guys being worried about me, like, I had to make it known on Instagram, like, I'm not one to really take a lot of people's unsolicited advice. I already don't feel good, so I'm already not in the mood, but like, I stopped listening to people's unsolicited advice a long time ago because 9 times out of 10, the things that people tell you to do, you already doing. Like, I have a whole team of doctors. Like, I live with the disease. There are certain things that I have to be painfully aware of, and so 9 times out of 10, the things that y'all are telling me I need to be aware of, it's been done. Like, it's like, I don't think some people understand that just like, I'm telling you this so that you guys are aware of what's going on and y'all don't think I like falled in a ditch somewhere and died. I'm not telling you this because I want advice. Like, that's not why I'm doing this. I just know that I've had a lot of you guys reach out to me and ask, hey, are you okay? Because you guys knew a lot of you guys knew I was sick. So I think eventually, once I was still kind of off of the radar, y'all were like, okay, what's wrong with Bree? Like, for a minute, I was like, if I don't say something, y'all are about to send somebody after me. Like, somebody is about to find my parents and find out if I'm like dead or something, because I know some of y'all were like really worried. And I've been really bad about answering my DMs too, so I do apologize for that. I've always been bad about answering my DMs. I'm just not good at juggling like YouTube and Instagram. I'm getting better at it, but YouTube is kind of where I thrive, and I have mad respect for people who can do both like effortlessly. Yeah, so that's just what was going on then. And eventually, like, I was feeling better. I just didn't have a voice, and it was really frustrating because it's like, I can't sit here and like, I would sit down and try to like film a video, and I would be able to get through like maybe 10 minutes of talking, and then my voice would be gone. And I'm just like, that's not gonna work. You know, like, first of all, I know y'all love my long videos, and so like, it's to the point now where if I upload a short video, y'all like, Brie, was you smoking something when you made this? Because you already know. And I'm just like, guys, I'm sorry. Like, but 9 times out of 10, my video is going to be long, and so I have to be able to talk. But also, it was like, because it was hard for me to talk, it was hard for me to articulate as well. So that was frustrating because it was like, you couldn't understand shit. So then that kind of took away from me filming, because it's like, what's the point in trying to film if I can't actually talk? Like, that's just a waste of time. I'm just gonna go in with my Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Concealer in the shade 4.1. Y'all saw me use this in my last Get Ready With Me, the one where I talked about like Courtney and Black-owned brands and bad behavior and all that good stuff. This is a really nice concealer though. I got this from Influencer, but it's really nice because it has like this really thick texture. Like, you can see like it's thick, but it goes on the skin and blends out really seamlessly. It sets itself, even though I do set it a little bit. and it feels like there's nothing on your face. Like, for how thick it is, you would think that it feels heavy and cakey, and it doesn't. And you really don't need a lot either. Let's see, let's go ahead and start on the eyes, because I usually like to start on my eyes before I move on to other things. I really need to wash my brushes. I wash my brushes like every few days. But I realized that my brother used all my soap. Of course I didn't know, because I haven't been filming, I haven't been doing my makeup. He used up all my soap that I use to clean my brushes, because he says that my soap makes a lovely beard wash, apparently. My brother's been using my good soap as beard wash, y'all. So yeah, I'm just gonna go in this like really cute pink color. I'll probably do like this pink color. I may need to grab another color from maybe like my Huda medium nudes palette. Actually, I think I'm gonna do that first. I'll probably do this plum on the outer, and then that multi-chrome on my lid. But back to further explaining my hiatus. It's been 30 minutes already, damn. So y'all already know that my work situation has been stressful. And so once I kind of stopped filming, I think just one, not being able to communicate with you guys often just kind of made me sad, because I mean, it was really a situation of I couldn't, not I didn't want to. But then I just found myself having to really buckle down with my mental health, because doing this whole thing, being at this door and being like having to deal with these crazy people like several days out of the week, it's too much. It's way too much. And it's always a, oh, well, you're so good with them, like you're so good, like I know I'm good with people, I know this, but that doesn't mean that I want to be the resident punching bag like every other day. Like multiple people are trained to do this, but they only have the same couple of us doing this often. And it's like, at what point do y'all understand that you can't just have us same people up here every day and think that like we're going to be fine? Like, the thing is, when you're the first person up there at that door, that means that every complaint, every request, all the bitching, all the bad energy, like all of the stuff that comes into the store, you get first. And while a lot of the people that come into our store are super duper sweet, they're regulars in our store, like they're not the types to really give us issues, because everyone is trying to make up for quarantine. Everybody and their mama out there, and that means that you're also getting all those people who are, you know, anti-maskers, you know, the flagrant Trump supporters who are basically daring you to say something to them. I had a lady look at me the other day after I asked her if she had a mask, because we're still not allowed to ask people to leave, which I think is ridiculous. I feel like if you're going to ask your employees to agitate customers, then those customers should have to leave if they're not going to comply. I'm sorry. That's how I feel about it. But we're still not allowed to, you know, like make them leave, which is a whole issue in itself. But I asked the lady if she had one, and she said no. And I told her, like, hey, you know, it's a requirement to be in our store. It is a state mandate, and we do have to follow that protocol. Would you be willing to take one? And at first she goes, well, even if you have a health condition. And I'm getting ready to say, like, I can't debate you on that, right? Like, I can't sit here and debate whether you have a health condition or not. Like, I can't make you take it. Before I can even get a word in, she says, you know what? Fuck it, just give me the damn mask. And I'm just like, And then she goes, I can't wait. And she has somebody on the phone with her. So she has someone on speakerphone and she's going, what the hell are these people doing now? And she's like, I can't wait until this election is over so we can put all of you people in your place. I'm like, excuse me? Who people? Who people? Because the last time I checked, Donald Trump is president right now. So what do you think he's gonna fix? Y'all, at this point, I don't know how I'm sane. I don't know how I am not medicated. And I don't know how I haven't slapped someone's grandma at this point, because like, and it gets worse and worse. The longer that this goes on, the worse it gets. And what people fail to understand is we're still doing this because you won't do what the hell we're supposed to do. Like, this is still happening because you won't comply. Just do it. Just wear the damn mask so this can be over. Nobody wants to be doing this, but like, I don't want to hear you bitching about having to wear a mask for 15 minutes while you're in the store when we have to wear this for 7 to 8 hours a day. Like, cry me a freaking river, old lady. Like I really don't care. I have customers who are so sweet and they really do like love up on me when they come in the store, and they really are like my saving grace, because if it weren't for some of them, like some of them do stand up and say something because they know we can't, like, and so they will put themselves in the line of fire to help me out. And I don't expect that from anybody, but it's sweet when people do it because they know full well that we can't say anything. And that's why a lot of people come in the store and say dumb shit like that anyway, because they know you can't say anything. But me personally, I could give a damn about somebody's politics. I really don't care. Because they're all messed up. They're all crazy, they're all messed up, and they're all problematic. My issue is that this is public health. This has nothing to do with people's politics. This is people having to go to work every day around y'all nasty asses and take this shit home. Like, there are people who can't, you know, live with their families the way that they're used to because they have to work with the public, and because the public won't do what they're supposed to do, they can't be around their families. Like, that's messed up, you know? So I've just been stressed, and honestly, it's rightfully so. And that's the thing too, like a lot of people were like, well, you need to take time for yourself. And I'm like, I don't think y'all understand that me not filming is the only time that I get. Like, I don't think people realize that when I have days off, I sit down and film. And so me not filming is the way that I get my rest. Me not filming is the way that I get my self-care. And so that just is what it is. Like, I think that whole point just went over people's heads, but that's okay. I understand. It's okay. But I've had to just give up doing some things, and filming has been one of them, because, you know, it's hard enough. Like, you're stressed out because you're sick, and then you're stressed out because you can't get better, and then you're stressed out because you can't talk, but your job is to talk to people, and it was just a lot. It was just a lot. So it sucks because, like, I had so much fun doing that week of uploads, and a lot of you guys were like, you know, we hope that you didn't, you know, push yourself too far when you did that. And me personally, no, because I had planned for that so far in advance. Like, I had basically done those videos piecemeal. So like, I had started doing that week of uploads, like working on that months prior. So really, like, aside from some technical difficulties, like, there were really no issues with that. I would say almost all of them were edited by the time they were supposed to go up anyway. So that really wasn't an issue for me. But it's just, it was like, once I finally felt like I was starting to get over the hump of one thing, then it was just another thing getting piled on, and another thing getting piled on, and another thing getting piled on. And it sucks too, because like, I've had a lot of good things happening, things that I didn't see coming for myself. And I will tell you guys about that. Like, I don't know if I can say it now, but I know I'm gonna have to say it soon, because I don't want y'all to feel like I'm not being honest with you guys. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. So don't worry about that. It's a good thing. It's definitely like a success in my book. It's just something that I didn't see coming. And I'm really excited. but it sucks because like those are things that I wanted to really like celebrate, you know, and I couldn't, but that's all right, we will. But I also, you know, there's just but let's just go ahead and get into this, because I'm going to talk about it, and this is really the last time that I'm going to talk about it, because a lot of y'all have messaged me about certain subjects with other, like some of my other colleagues, and I'm just gonna say this, like there are definitely certain behaviors in the natural hair community that I am absolutely distancing myself from, not just because of some of these new opportunities that I have been offered, but because it's just stuff that I don't agree with. And y'all know I'm not gonna co-sign on to anything that I don't agree with, you know? But it's funny because they're behaviors that I have spoken about before, but a lot of you guys are just now picking up on it, and it's sad when some of y'all are like, I want to support this person because I don't want to not support Black people, but at the same time, like, this isn't right, or you feel like somebody that you support is constantly selling you lies. If you really feel that way, you're probably right. You're probably right. I've been telling y'all about this stuff for a good minute now. And the thing about it for me is I've gotten to that point now where I've gotten to meet enough people in the natural hair community, and I've gotten to experience what is here to the point that now I am jaded, you know? It's kind of like how, you know, when you're working a job and, you know, you have new people come in and they're like, oh, it's not so bad. And I'm like, oh, give it a month, you know? It's kind of like that, right? Like when people that you admire, people that you have been watching for years, or you've just, even if you haven't been watching them for years, you've just seen about them or, you know, heard about them through the grapevine, and they start to follow you and they, you know, start to, you know, actually like, you kind of feel like y'all have like a camaraderie and stuff. You get excited because you feel like, wow, like these people that I have watched and respected, like watch and respect me, right? And it sucks when you realize that those people watch you, but they don't respect you and they don't care about you, and they just want to treat you as competition. And the thing for me is that I don't see anybody as competition. The only competition I have is myself. And maybe it's because my goals here aren't the same as everyone else's. You guys know that being a full-time YouTuber has never been a goal for me. It's not something that I really want to do. I don't really have a goal when it comes to numbers. Like, I have definitely come to realize, especially in this last year, the numbers don't mean shit. They really don't mean shit. You can hit 100 or 200K and say one stupid thing and don't nobody want to watch your ass no more. You know, like, you can have less than 5,000 subscribers and get great brand deals and create lasting relationships with brands, you know? It's all in the person. It's all how you network. It's all how you communicate. And so I know me personally, I'm not somebody who's going to be out here chasing numbers anyway, because that's just not my thing. Like, it's cool to hit a milestone. It's always great to be able to celebrate that with you guys. Like, I know a lot of y'all are already counting down to me trying to get to 5,000, like, which is really sweet. I love that you guys are just as excited for me when I accomplish something, you know? Because it feels like our you know, our family is growing. Like, we have a place here where it really does feel like family. And so it's great to watch it really grow and blossom into something more. And it's a good feeling, you know? But I'm never going to be out here chasing numbers, you know, doing stuff for clout. That's just not me. That's not my character. And so, you know, I think in a lot of ways, it kind of feels like, you know, we influencers have to stick together, you know, like we have to support each other. And listen, I am all for that, but I'm also not going to allow that to cloud my judgment when it comes to things that I don't agree with. It's just funny to me because like there's unspoken competition with people that you don't even view as competition, you know? And me personally, I'm not interested. Only person, like, honestly, I don't even feel like I'm competing with myself on YouTube because I'm just doing something that I enjoy, you know? Yes, like for me, being able to make money off of what I do because I'm not just sitting here just doing whatever, you know? Like, I'm not just sitting here twiddling my thumbs and playing with my hair. Like, if y'all saw the process that I go through to create content for you guys, like, you would understand. And I know a lot of my friends here on YouTube go through similar processes. But what I'm not about to do is lie to you guys for clout. I am not about to tell y'all to do dumb shit for clout. I'm not going to tell y'all to be anti this or anti that to pretend that I'm proving a point, because I know I'm not, but I'm going to tell you guys that I am. Like, that's just not me. And at the end of the day, like, you guys know that I've always been very vocal about this not just being my thing, but also being the thing that I share with you guys. And what's important to me is that you guys understand that I have a certain level of integrity, and I understand that the things that I share with you guys are things that you guys are going to take away and possibly use for yourself. You know, you may not use all of my methods, but you may try some of the things that I try, and you may try some of my methods, and you may try some of the products that I really like. And you guys know, I hate it when y'all don't like the things that I like, but you can't like everything that I like, right? But I'm not going to try to sell y'all on methods or things that I know just don't make any damn sense. Like this whole not washing your hair shit. I am not about to look at y'all and tell y'all not to wash your hair so y'all can come back in a month and say, well, you know, I have all this buildup and my hair's falling out. I'm not about to tell y'all to do anything that I personally wouldn't do myself. And I'm not about to tell y'all to do anything that could potentially harm your hair. And this is the thing. I understand everybody's hair can handle different things. That's not what we're talking about here. Everyone has different resilience. There are a whole lot of people that can do dumb shit to their hair time and time and time again and grow it right back like it never happened. But a lot of people aren't like that. And I'm not going to tell y'all to do something stupid because I think it's gonna get me views. I'm not gonna tell y'all to do something stupid because I think you're going to believe that I'm a more truthful person than everybody else that's telling you not to do this dumb shit. If everybody's telling you not to do dumb stuff, there's a reason, because it's dumb. Like, I'm not about to play that with people. It's to a point where it's like, a lot of us have receipts about some of these folks that are out here doing bad stuff. And it just comes down to, we would rather just let people dig their own graves than be responsible for bringing somebody else down, you know? When people are doing stuff for the wrong reasons, it always comes to the light. I'm gonna go in with this shade now. It always comes to the light. It never stays hidden for long. And I am not going to get dragged into people's mess. Some people like being in messy shit all the time. That's what you like, then whatever. But I personally feel like I graduated high school too long ago to be in people's damn drama. I did. I'm not a child anymore. And I'm not I'm not interested in being in people's drama. And the thing is, like, no matter what, when you align yourself with certain people, people automatically believe that you think what they think, right? People automatically believe that you stand by what they say. And I'm not trying to be roped into other people's thoughts, feelings, beliefs when I don't actually believe in those things myself, you know? And so it's had me in a place too where, especially with the successes that I am having now, I have to distance myself from certain behavior, because it's gotten to the point where even a lot of my colleagues are tired of it. We talk to each other about it. We're over it. It's exhausting. We don't want to be a part of it. And it's to the point now where a lot of you guys see it and we don't even feel like we need to say anything at this point. I mean, it's difficult too, because there's a lot of stuff out there that we know, but we would also have to break someone else's confidence to say everything that we know, you know? And so this is why when someone drops that hint, like, hey, pay attention, you know, you'll see what I'm talking about. Pay attention, because sometimes it's like you don't want to end up in deep shit for saying something and you didn't think it through, or now the person who you got the information from is gonna have to go through it because they shouldn't have said anything, or you know, whatever. It's always deeper than what it looks like. That's why, like, I had a lot of people complaining because they felt like I should have said something about the last situation that happened with Linda and Mael sooner than I did. And I'm like, why? I actually reached out to her before I filmed anything. I put out what I felt like she would be comfortable with me putting out. I was not about to sit there and try to make a bunch of money off of my friend. You know, like, that's just not me. That's not me. I know that what I say can affect that situation on a whole nother level, you know? Not just from a legal perspective, but also from a mental health perspective. I didn't want to say anything that I felt like would make her feel bad because I said it, you know? And look, this is the thing. Anybody can put up a video pretending that they give a damn about somebody. And y'all just gotta take that for what it is. You just have to take it for what it is, because I'm not going to be out here using my friends for clout or using my friends for views. That's just not me. And it's like I said before, a lot of the people that were so upset about this, you know, pretending to be so, oh, we have to stand up for the Black influencers. When I was saying this shit a year ago, those same people were insinuating that I was lying. So it's like, you don't really care. You just see the opportunity to make money off the situation. And people are going to do that. There is never going to be a point in time where there aren't going to be opportunistic people on this planet. Like, this planet is riddled with opportunistic people. But that doesn't mean that I have to be closely aligned with those people. And I don't want people to feel like my brand agrees with theirs. I'll just put it that way. And so I have also been making it a point to distance myself, because, like, it's down to the point where it's like, I know there's certain people who follow me just so they can report back. You know, like, how do you not follow me on Instagram, but you know all the shit I say on Instagram? You know all the shit I say on Instagram because you got people who follow me reporting back to you. And that is the most childish shit I've ever seen. Like, no, like, that's not... I'm not. So, you know, eventually, like, it comes down to, you start to, I think, like I said before, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt, right? I don't like to believe that people are mean, nasty, money hungry. That is FedEx. You know, just liars, you know? But some people are. And some people are really good at it. And they're going to do what they do. But I don't want to be closely aligned with that kind of behavior. And I'm not going to be. I just choose better. I choose not to be roped into that. And I'm not about to be out here carrying every cross and crusade for people who don't give a shit about me. No, I'm not about to do that. I don't do that in real life. So why would I do it now? Somebody please explain. And it sucks. But sometimes it just is what it is. You know, not everybody is going to have the same ethics as you. Not everybody is going to have the same integrity as you. I just needed a small detail brush. I'm gonna get this inner corner right here. I think this came out really pretty. I like that duochrome shade. Like, it's, like, yeah, I like it. But what was I gonna say? But not everybody's going to have the same integrity or ethics as you. And one thing that I do know is that I have seen how far standing by who you are as a person can get you. It's really easy for people to spew this narrative of, oh, like, brands don't work for me because I'm just so honest, and they say they want honesty, but they don't. And really, the issue is that these people talk to each other. They don't just, brand owners talk to each other, y'all. And if you play one or you play two, you might as well have played them all because they know about you. They know the shit that you've done. They know the way that you have acted. They know the things that you have done behind the scenes. And so now you have to reap what you sow, right? And so it sucks, but that's life. If you are constantly doing things that are underhanded, I'm not talking about being honest in a product review. I'm not talking about genuinely not liking something. That's not what I'm talking about. If you are not disclosing being sent products, if you are not disclosing not actually paying for the products that you're telling everyone that you paid tons of money for, but you really didn't. If you are going out of your way to make a brand or the face of a brand look like shit, that's not cute. You know, it's not cute. And so you're not going to get the things you want, because at the end of the day, like, a business is still a business. And why would somebody hire you to sell something when all you are is inherently negative, or 90% of your styles are fails? Like, if that's how you setting yourself up to be, everything you do is a fail because you want to swear up and down that everything you do is so right and all these products are trash, then why would somebody want to work with you? That doesn't make sense. Because I know one thing, if my technique is really everything that I say it is, if everybody else is wrong and everything I'm doing is right, then all of my styles should be bomb. My hair should never be dry. I should never have issues getting, you know, the look that I'm going for or whatever. If my technique is that on point, which I mean mine is, because I mean, especially this last year with the health of my hair, y'all have seen me excel at styles that I have never excelled at before. So, I mean, I will toot my own horn on that because I worked very hard to get this down. But if what you are doing is really working as well as you say it does, then you shouldn't have any issues. But I mean, the bottom line is the brands aren't the common denominator. You are the common denominator. So maybe the shit you doing ain't hitting, you know? And this is something that a lot of us say. When you're trying a new product, it doesn't kill you to follow the directions. I think of it as like a recipe. If I am I'm trying a new recipe for the first time, I do it the way it says. I taste it, I see how it's going, and then I add my own razzle dazzle the next time I make it if I like it. But I'm not going to go in, look at a recipe, and then do everything backwards to how it says to do it and then be mad because it didn't work. Like, like a product telling you that it's highly concentrated and you need to add water to it, and not adding water to it even though you know it's formulated to have the water taken out of the product so that it goes a longer way, is like trying to make a baking recipe that calls for baking soda and not putting the baking soda in it and then getting mad because it didn't rise. Different chemistry, but y'all get where I'm coming from, right? You understand the analogy. Like, but there's just so much, I don't know, just like inherent negativity being thrown around. And if that's what people want to do, that's cool. I just don't want to be a part of it. And I don't want people to assume that I agree with something or that I'm going to co-sign something just because y'all feel like I talk to these people and I hang out with these people and therefore I must agree. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's not me. And I'm not the only person feeling this way. Even if I may be the only person really talking about it, I'm not the only person feeling this way. I'm not the only person in my community seeing it. And that's why I love people like Akia, which she's someone that I've gotten to know a little bit better. And I really like her. Like, I mean, her hair is beautiful. She's smart as hell. She's a bookworm like me. She loves Hennessy and she loves classical music. Like, I feel like me and Akia should be best friends because, I mean, like, I've been looking for her my whole life. I love that she's been doing a lot of these videos where she's like debunking a lot of the idiocy that's being spread. And a lot of us in the comments, like, we're like, yeah, we see that people are telling people that this is a thing, even though we know it's not, but we're just gonna let them, you know, we're gonna let them be loud and wrong over here. And those of us who have common sense are just going to hang out over here because, like, it's ridiculous. Yeah, so I've just kind of been like trying to regroup as well, especially because I know that there are some things going around that I might get questions about and y'all will want me to speak on, and I'm not going to speak on it because I either A, know it's not true, or I don't agree. And that just is what it is. So if there are certain things that y'all feel like I would characteristically speak on and I haven't, then just know I'm not saying anything because I either know for a fact that it's not true, or I don't stand by it. You guys just know that I don't wish anyone ill will or, you know, anything bad. Like, at the end of the day, like, I wouldn't have been involved with anybody on this platform if I didn't see good things about them, things that I like, things that I enjoy, things that I appreciate. But everybody can't rock with you. Everybody can't rock with you. And it just comes down to, like, continuing to be authentic to myself and who I am, and continuing to mold my brand, because at the end of the day, like, this channel has become a brand. Like, it has gotten people's attention, and regardless of whether being known on YouTube was something that I wanted or didn't want or whatever, like, I'm here and it is what it is and it's not going away. And so I have to be smart about who I keep in my corner, and especially, like, in the last few months, just getting to know some other YouTubers, like, and just getting to become close with some other people that I hadn't, you know, been speaking with before. It kind of made me realize, like, everything doesn't have to be catty. Everything doesn't have to be a rat race. And I can fully choose how I want to spend my time on YouTube. And because I can fully choose that, I'm making it very clear what I'm going to put up with and what I'm not. I'm not going to sit here and fuss with anybody because they feel like I'm talking about them. I'm not going to sit here and debate anybody because they feel like I'm talking about them. Like, at the end of the day, hit dogs holler. Now that we're beyond that, so yeah, I'm just like, I guess just going through a period of growth, and sometimes those periods of growth have to be a little silent, you know? Like, I think that's just what it was. Like, everything just kind of came in, just like, kind of hit me like a Mack truck all at the same time. And I guess it's maybe getting sick was a small blessing in disguise, because it forced me to sit down and reflect, you know? And so, you know, I can find a silver lining just about anywhere. And maybe that should be mine, that getting sick and kind of being out of commission gave me the opportunity to look at some things that I knew were bothering me, but I hadn't really done anything about. And it kind of gave me the room to figure out how I wanted to handle that and who I really wanted to be at the end of the day. And it's like I said on Instagram, like, I feel like here on this channel, like, I'm not just representing me, like, I'm representing you guys. When I talk to a brand, I'm not just talking about myself, I'm talking about you guys, because I know the things that you guys look for. I know the types of things that you guys like. And so it's cool when you have a brand owner come back and say, like, hey, I kind of took the things that you said into account, and a lot of the things that you say your YouTubers look for, and I reformulated this, or I made this to accommodate that. Like, that is so cool. And at the end of the day, I only want this channel to generate positive things. I don't want this channel to help generate somebody else's drama or anything like that. And I have people in my corner who don't want me to do that. That's why, like I told people, I was like, that whole thing with Linda, like, I talked about it to the capacity I felt that I needed to, because a lot of that stuff I had already talked about. But I wasn't going to go beyond what I felt like my friend would be okay with, you know? Because at the end of the day, all of this, regardless of what people say, yes, it can affect us as other individuals on YouTube, but that situation affected her more than anyone else, and I didn't want to contribute to any stress. I only wanted to uplift her, you know? And so it's like everything that you do on here has a consequence, and you have to decide whether you want it to be positive or negative. I already know what I want my consequences to be. I want them to be positive, and so I'm not going to do anything that's going to jeopardize that, right? Y'all, I love this color. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna do something with my hair off camera. I think I'm gonna put it just in a low bun, but I got my hair trimmed last week. Finally, I'm so excited. But I am also lazy. I didn't have any perm rods, and I was not about to put flexi rods on the end, so I just used straws, and it looks like it worked fine. But I did go and get my hair trimmed on Friday. Today is Monday, and I'm so happy. Y'all know I've been trying to get my hair trimmed for a hot minute. So I had to cut off a little bit more than, you know, I planned, more so because obviously if I had been able to go get my hair trimmed when I initially wanted to, right before lockdown, I wouldn't have needed it. But because it had been longer than I had planned on going, I felt like I needed to go ahead and get more taken care of than I typically would. The layers that I have in now aren't as deep as they were when my aunt cut it. So she evened out the back, so everything is pretty much the same length in the back, but she did cut from the top as well. But she said that it was, she said, girl, keep doing what you're doing. I didn't have any extra breakage at the top or anything. You know, aside from the few like single strand knots that I had, she said I didn't have any excess breakage and my hair was looking great. My hair is really sleek right now. I'd be forgetting how like sleek your hair can get at the salon, because I never try to blow dry my hair this sleek. But I just braided it up in 4 braids last night, and I just used the Tahiti Cocktail buttery hair sorbet to do that. It's basically like a natural version of a hairdress. I love it so much. I don't use it super often. You don't need a lot of it at all. I actually use this as a cuticle butter sometimes when my cuticles are really dry and going through it. But I just did that because I didn't feel like doing my hair, and I need to figure out what I want to film first when I start doing hair videos again. So, but I'm going to go change, and then I'll come back and we'll close this video out. All right, guys, so this is the final look. Oh, done up. Yeah, I'm only gonna keep this in for like a couple of days just because I felt like my scalp was feeling really good. She hit me with those medicated shampoo vibes, so my scalp feels really nice, and just so much going on. I just don't feel like doing my hair, so I said I'll ride this wave for a little bit, and then I will start filming some more hair content in a couple of days. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the look. Y'all will be seeing this in like 2 more videos, so you'll get to enjoy it past this video. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.